Hi, it's great to be back. This is Gerry Maguire with Veteran Services, and we took the winter off. It was safer not to have people visit from all over the state. So it's good to be back. We have a lot of things to talk about. There are a lot of programs that are available to veterans. This is Windrush Farms, located here in North Andover. Now, just a couple of weeks ago on Saturday, I was able to take 3 Gold Star families to Windrush Farms, where the children got to ride the horses, they got to care for the horses. It opened up a desire for them to be with animals, and it's a great program. We have a job fair coming up in Methuen. This is 96 Milk Street in Methuen, April 12th. It's at the die cutting manufacturer, New England Die Cutting. I'm going to attend this just to learn more about what the New England Die Cutting has to offer our veterans. But they sent that to us, so they want to hire veterans. Another thing is we have a field trip coming up to the Museum of World War II. This is located in Natick. If you are a World War II veteran and you want to go, this is free to you. Anyone else, it's going to cost you $25. We're leaving at 9:30 in the morning from the back of Town Hall or in front of the Senior Center. We'll have a bus. We may have 2 buses, depending upon how many people call 978-688-9525 in order to secure your seat. So please call and reserve your seat right away. April 22nd, we have Letters from Home. There's two young ladies who dress in World War II era clothing. They do tap dancing and singing to World War II music. Don't sit under the apple tree, you know, that kind of stuff. They also do the Ballad of the Green Beret, which is incredible. Now, I've seen these ladies perform out in Springfield. They perform for the VFW all over our state. They're from the Carolinas. And this show will, it's $20 per show, and 100% of this money is going to Honor Flight New England, which is the state commander, the VFW state commander, Brian Martin's special project this year. Now,
sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And this is my good friend, Mary Lynn Vasquez, and she's from the Social Security Administration. There are a lot of benefits that are available to veterans through the Social Security that I really wasn't aware about. There's a learning curve in everything that's out there. Now, you've heard me say this before. When I speak to a group of veterans, the first thing I say to them is, what's the biggest problem we as veterans have? And the answer to that is we don't know what we don't know. So, Mary Lynn, what kind of benefits do you have for veterans?
Okay, well, thank you, Gerry, for inviting me to this program. I think it's great, educating the veteran community in North Andover. And thank you for your service and for the great jobs that you do for our veterans.
Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Social Security offers 2 programs. One, it's called Social Security Disability and Supplemental Security Income. So Social Security offers 2 initiatives for veterans. One, it's called the Wounded Warrior Veterans Priority to Veterans, in which we give them a faster decision when it comes to the disability decisions. And the other initiative, it's called the Veterans 100% Permanent and Total Disabled. But again, those are initiatives so that if a veteran comes in and applies for either Social Security disability or supplemental security income, that they do receive a faster decision when it comes to the disability decision.
Now, I know some veterans would go to Social Security and not say that they're receiving disability from the VA because they're under the impression that that's going to reduce the amount of money that they get from Social Security. But that's not really the case.
No, so Social Security disability, it's an earned right. When you work, you pay Social Security taxes. So depending on your age, for example, If you become disabled at age 31 or older, you have to have worked at least 5 years out of the last 10. So we look at your work and see how much you've worked and how much you paid into the Social Security system. And whatever pensions you get from the VA does not affect your Social Security benefits. Now, depending on the type of pension that you get from the VA, if you're not eligible for Social Security disability because you haven't worked enough, then we look to see if you're eligible for supplemental security income. Supplemental security income, it's known as SSI by many people. So it's a based on need program. So we have to look at income and resources, and there's guidelines to do that. And depending on the type of pension that you get from the VA, then we'll see whether or not that pension will affect the SSI program.
So SSI and SSDI
They're
are
different
two
programs.
separate programs.
Yes.
Now, somebody had mentioned to me a week or so ago something called SSP.
SSP, yeah. So SSP, it's supplemental security. It's a supplement that in the state of Massachusetts, the state will supplement the SSI income. So in addition to receiving SSI, if you qualify for SSI, then the state of Massachusetts will give you a supplement.
So, but in order to get this SSP, you have to qualify for SSI?
Right.
Okay, okay. Now, you had said that 100% disabled veteran, his claim could be expedited. What does expedited mean to the Social Security Administration?
Yeah, so when you file for disability, which by the way you can do, there's many ways in which a person can actually apply for Social Security disability. The best way, the easiest way, the safest ways to do that is by going online at socialsecurity.gov, and you can apply for your disability. So when you apply for disability benefits, there's two components of that. There's the non-disability portion of the application. We ask you about the types of jobs that you do. We go back 15 years from the day that you became disabled. So what I tell people is, if you're going to apply for disability, make sure that, you know, on a piece of paper you write all the names of your doctors, the first time you went to see them, the last time, the next appointment. We need what you were doing, your job title, going back 15 years from the day that you became disabled. We need how much you were making an hour, what were your duties. So you can go online and apply for the Social Security disability now. Starting March 25th, people will also have the option of applying for SSI, because the most that we can pay on SSI is $735. So if your Social Security disability is less than that, you can actually apply for both if you qualified based on your income and resources. So now starting March 25th, individuals will be able to apply for both SSI and disability if they qualify for both. So when you apply for Social Security disability, then we send the disability application to the Disability Determination Services in Boston. There is a group of doctors that, you know, will get your medical information, will need a release from you, sign, authorizing the Social Security to obtain your medical records, and then a disability decision can take 3 to 6 months. But now when you have been found 100% permanent and total disabled by the VA, the veteran should make sure that he puts that in remarks, that he has been found 100% permanent and disabled, because instead of 3 or 6 months, his claim will take a couple of weeks. It could potentially.
Couple of weeks?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's good news. That means that...
So we make a much faster decision. And also with the Wounded Warrior initiative, the expedited process is used for military members who become disabled while on active duty as of on or after October 1st of 2001, regardless of what their disability was. So if you're a wounded warrior, if you were on active duty and you became disabled while on active duty as on or after October 1st, 2001, that's something that you should annotate on your application so that we know that you would qualify for an expedited decision on your disability
So
claim.
if a veteran walks into your office and he makes application for Social Security, and he's not 100%, it takes 3 to 6 months
It could
for the
potentially,
decision.
yeah.
Is there any retro pay involved in that? Does he get paid to the
Yeah.
date of the claim?
So there's a difference because we say that we have two programs, Social Security Disability and Supplemental Security Income. So when you applied for Social Security Disability, we could potentially go back in payments 12 months. So if you've been disabled for a while, but you haven't applied for Social Security Disability, but you've been disabled, yes, there's a potential that we can go back 12 months in payments. Now, SSI, it's a little bit different because SSI, we can only pay you the month after the month of the application. So if, for example, I want to apply for SSI now in March. March would be the month of application. I would not receive a payment as of March, but my first month of payment would be April.
Okay.
So that is the difference. Also, on disability, people should know that when you apply for disability benefits and you have to serve a 5-month waiting period in which we paid no benefits during that 5-month waiting period. So it has to be served by 5 full calendar months. So just to give you an example, if I was, again, to apply for disability in March, I became disabled, let's say that it was a traumatic onset date as of March, today, March 7th, then my 5-month waiting period will be served from April, May, June, July to August. From April through August, I wouldn't have a payment. My first
Now, what's that purpose? Is it because there's the possibility that
might be able to return back home? I would have to search it. I don't have the specific answer to that, but that's a lot of people don't know that. So when they come in and they say, it takes potentially can take 3 to 6 months for a decision, but you should know that if you have to serve that 5-month waiting period. Now, one of the possibilities is, again, if you qualified based on income and resources, then for those 5 months, we can potentially pay you SSI benefits. If that's a potentially a possibility.
All right, another question I have is, if a veteran or a widow applies for Social Security and is denied, there's a rumor that says you're going to get denied the first time you apply and just reapply again. Is that true?
No, that's not true. That's not true because we take, it's not only your medical condition, we take your age into consideration, we take your education, we take to see what other jobs have you done prior, can you go back to work? And, we obviously take your disability, your condition. So we look at all those factors to determine whether or not you're disabled. Now, disability for Social Security means that you have a condition that it's preventing you from working. But if you work, which a lot of people can do that and don't know that, you can still work and get Social Security disability benefits either at the initial application or while you're on disability. So if you're working part-time, you can actually work and apply for Social Security disability and make, in 2017, you're allowed to make $1,170 and still applied for disability.
Is that per month or year?
Per month.
Per month, okay.
So when we say you have to have a disability that it's preventing you from working, but if you're working, preventing you from engaging in what we call substantial work. In substantial work, we give it a dollar amount. And that dollar amount in 2017, it's $1,170. Now, because might be a cost of living increase, that changes every year. So what we tell people is, do you want to know what the changes are with Social Security every year? You can go online and just on the search engine, just type Social 2017 or 2018 Social Security facts or changes, and it will give you all the changes for that year.
Now, speaking about going online, you were in my office a couple of weeks ago, and you set up my computer so that veterans can come into my office and apply for Social Security right in my office, which will cut down on your wait time at your office. Your office is pretty busy.
Yeah, we're busy.
So the wait time can be in hours.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. Yeah, so we have this great, and I think this is a great initiative by the agency. We want people to know that you have options. So we're not saying go online, do everything online, but we want to, like, I'm the type of person that, you know, if I don't have to go to an office and do everything online, which I will have the option of reading what, you know, what the business that I want to do with a certain organizations, that I have the ability to do that at my own time and pace. So right now we have a lot of services online through the My Social Security account. So anyone can open a My Social Security account even if they don't get Social Security benefits. But if you get Social Security benefits, the benefits are many. For example, the My Social Security account is your personal Social Security account that if you get benefits, you'll be able to change your address, phone numbers, direct deposit. You can get a benefit verification letter from that account. And the benefit that I see on that is that if you need a benefit verification for any purposes, you don't have to go to the office and wait. You can just print one from the using the My Social Security account. Now, what you have in your office is the icon, which that if you have a veteran and they need their to create the account, they can go to you and you can assist them in creating the account. And if they don't have a computer, which we understand not everybody does, you can go to the library or you can go to the Veteran Services in North Andover, and through that account you can print your benefit verification letter.
And also in Town Hall, there's a public computer available in the foyer.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I didn't know that.
these forms will be displayed later on in the show for you to get that information. It'll be full screen rather than me holding it.
Those are the instructions on how to create the account. You can go online at socialsecurity.gov and create the account. Now, if you're unable to create the account because we have to authenticate your identity, we have to ask you a set of questions because you're safeguarding your information, which we call personal identifiable information. It's our priority, okay? So our website is one of the safest websites in the federal government. So we have to ask you a set of financial questions. If you don't answer them correctly, you're not going to be able to open the account. However, you should know that if you go to the office with proper ID, we can start the registration process so you don't have to answer those questions, and then you can create your account. So again, you don't have to be getting Social Security benefits. As long as you're 18 with an email address and a U.S. address, you can open this account. And the benefit of that for you know, people that are working is that you're working, you're contributing into the Social Security system. So your benefits, whatever there will be, either disability or retirement, will depend on those earnings. So it is a good way of making sure that every time you filed your taxes, to make sure that you know you have you revise and review those earnings to make sure that they're correct. Because one of the changes in 2017 is that you remember those paper statements that we used to send in the mail?
Oh, yeah.
They're green and white. We're no longer sending them starting in 2017, except for individuals who are over the age of 60 and who do not have a My Social Security account. So this is a good way of making sure that your earnings are correct if you're still working. So those are the benefits of having one. And you know, a lot of people, if you need to get in contact with Social Security by phone, instead of you calling us through this account, you give us your phone number and we can call you in the designated time that you give us that you want to call back.
Okay. Now, this pamphlet that you gave me, and this will be also displayed later on, it's all the information for the wounded warrior and veterans who want to apply for Social Security. If you have any questions about this, you can call me, and the number will be displayed at the bottom of the screen. And if I have any questions, I can call Mary Lennon. Now, Mary Lennon doesn't deal one-on-one with clients. She speaks to groups and organizations. So we can't give out her number because that's just not what she does.
Yeah.
but I can call her.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
So
can ask her
you know,
questions.
anyone watching also, if you think that a group of veterans or even any other individuals, because I mean, we all Social Security is such a vital program in the lives of the American public. You know, we paid about 60 million. Individuals Social Security disability benefits. So we're there through everybody's life. We're there when you're born, you get your first Social Security. We're there when, if you're disabled, you're no longer working. We're there when a member of the family dies, you know, to economically support that family. And I think, you know, one of the benefits of if you need disability, whether you're a veteran or not, is that your family is also protected. In addition to, you know, the person receiving disability benefits, we pay what we call dependent benefits to children who are under the age of 18, children who become disabled prior to age 22, and if you have a wife that has never worked, she or he could a spouse, he or she could potentially get benefits. So those are the advantage. We are Social Security. We are with you through life's journey.
That's cool. So we're going to recap on a couple of things here. Again, this is at the Relief Inn, the Firefighters Relief Inn at 1 Market Street. This will be April 22nd, supporting the State Commander's Special Project for Honor Flight. And what Honor Flight is it's one airplane that we rent for the day. We load it up with World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam War veterans. We fly them down in Washington, D.C. so they can see the monuments that were built for them.
Oh, wow.
This
Pretty
is
cool.
Yeah. To rent the plane is about $95,000
Wow.
for one day. And again, this is the Museum of World War II located in Natick. It's a hands-on museum, so you'll be able to walk through. There are weapons on display. You won't be allowed to touch those. Usually they're in a glass container. Children are welcome. World War II veterans are free. Everybody else, $25. It's been a great show. I look forward to next month when I get to sit here with another guest and talk to you again. Thank you very much. Gerry Maguire, out.
Thank you for having me, Gerry.
Right.